2 again. So we're going to continue looking at our clone troopers, and our next one on our list will be CT-5555, nicknamed Fives. I wonder how he got that nickname, I'd have no idea. So he is a tank for the clone troopers. He is all about the taking a massive amount of damage and giving it back out as quickly as possible with his basic that gives slow and gets a very special ability if you omega it. His basic is the dual D17 blasters, deals physical damage, and inflicts speed down for 2 turns. His omega makes it so it's a double tap, so if the enemy is already inflected with speed down when he attacks, he will do a second attack right behind it. Now, this is a little bit bugged if he counters, and if he counters something that attacks him twice in a row and already has speed down on it, he will not do 2 sets of double taps. He will do 1 counter, just 1 attack. He'll do another counter with a double tap. He won't get 4 attacks out. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's an intended feature, but either way, that's still a really good way to just get out a bunch of quick damage, and each counter has a chance to keep stacking on that speed down debuff. His next ability is called Combined Fire. Deals physical damage to target enemy and call a random ally to assist. If the assisting ally is a clone, deals 75% more damage for both characters. So if you're running him in a full clone team and you use this assist to call, and say you have someone like Clone Sergeant, you'll see my videos. If he calls Clone Sergeant to assist, you will see the Clone Sergeant deal massive amounts of damage. So, going on next, he has a leader ability, Veteran Clone Trooper. Clone allies gain 3 defense, other allies gain half that amount. As you can see, I don't have it leveled up that high. There's really no need to use it. There's much better clone leaders out there, like Cody and Rex and General Kenobi. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Now this is a very, very interesting ability. Tactical Awareness is unique, fully upgraded. Before the Zeta, he has 85% counter chance and plus 50 counter damage. Now that counter damage only applies for the initial counter. It does not carry over to the double tap. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be as much damage as you'd like to think it is, but it's still a lot of damage. I mean, for me right now, with the mods I'm running on him, his first counter is going to be around the range of 6,000, and his follow-ups will be somewhere in the range of 3,000 to 4,000. Now, this is another Zeta. As you can see, I am 3 Zetas away. If I get the 3 Zetas tomorrow in the ship challenges, you can bet I'm going to be getting this guy up. His Zeta, he gains 15% turn meter whenever another clone ally takes damage, and 7.5% turn meter when a non-clone ally takes damage. In other words, this guy, if you use him in a team, he is going to be getting a lot of turn meter. He is going to go fast. So, you run him in an all-clone team, and you use him in something like when the tank comes out of topple and it uses that AoE, you basically just guaranteed 5s is going to be moving as soon as that tank's done, which is going to be key to toppling the tank, which I'll get into more detail here in a minute. Now, in terms of gear, so you can see, if you look at his gear, he is a strength-based character. So you know what's coming. You know he's got quite a few things coming that's going to be a bit painful for people. So, at Gear 6, his first purple gear level, he only needs 1 purple gear piece, a Mark V Nubian security scanner, which requires it's 5 salvage, and it's Mark V laptops. His Gear 6, not very painful at all. It's the Mark V laptops you get from challenges, Mark 6 power cells that give the armor bonus. So it's really not a bad piece to introduce him to Gear 6. He also needs 2 green pieces, a Mark III weapon mod, and a Mark IV electro binocular, and then 3 purple pieces, another Mark 6 power cell for more armor, Mark V shield generator, and then a Mark 6 HoloLens. Now, going up to Gear 7, he's following in the steps of Clone Sergeant, where his first few purple gear levels don't require a lot of actual purple pieces. It's weird. In fact, for Gear 7, the purple piece he needs is a Mark III Athicum Medpack. It doesn't need purple pieces to upgrade it. It's the Mark I Bacta-Gel and the Mark V Power Cells. So it's all blue gear to get that purple piece. So his first few gear levels that give him protection very, very easy. He needs a Mark 1 detonator. He needs another Mark 6 power cell. And then a Mark 5 HoloLens, a Mark 2 Athicum Medpack, a Mark 7 power cell. All those are green and blue pieces. Now, Gear 8, this is where it starts to get a little more interesting. For green pieces, he needs a Mark 2 Nubian Design Tech and a Mark 1 detonator again, a Mark 1 Carbonti sensor, and then a Mark 5 HoloLens. But you knew this was coming because he's strength-based. He needs a Mark 3 Carbonti sensor, that's your strength piece, and then a Mark 5 stun gun, that's the 50 Carbontis, plus the 50 stun gun salvage. So, things are starting to rack up. But wait, it gets worse. Because at Gear 9, it finally catches up to him. He needs 1 stun cuff. He needs 2 solo Mark 3 Carbonti sensors, the strength pieces, a Mark 5 droid collar, another Mark 5 stun gun, and a Mark 5 thermal detonator, which requires another Carbonti and the 50 of the Mark 5 salvage. So, for Gear 9, he needs 4 of those Mark 3 Carbontis to level up. So, yeah, it starts to get a little crazy there. But thankfully for Gear 10, they kind of, they toned it down a little bit. Because at Gear 10, he only needs 1 Carbonti sensor, and that is for the Mark 5 thermal detonator again. And then he needs a Mark 11 Blast Tech weapon mod, which is one of the new gear pieces. It gives 75 physical damage. I think I've got one right here. 75 physical damage and plus 20 resistance. So that's not too bad. Then he needs 2 gold pieces, a Mark 9 Fabritech Datapad, which gives agility, and a Mark 5 Athicum Medpack, which gives tactics. So, that was with the introduction to the level 580 cap, so they're kind of filling out his other stats a little bit more. I've already covered the Mark 5 detonator. He needs a Mark 7 security scanner. That's one of the Rancor tier pieces that gives plus 10 potency, which he needs because he did not have very much potency before this update. And he needs a Mark 3 Cheedak Comlink, which is not much. It's 20 of the salvage, and then 20, and then one of those Mark 4 droid collars, and 10 of the Mark 1 Cheedak salvage pieces. So, that's to get him to Gear 10. Now, that's to promote him to Gear 11. Once you're at Gear 11, he only needs 3 pieces. He needs a Mark 7 shield generator. That's one of the pieces that requires all those garbage stockpiled challenge pieces that everybody has, and then 18 of the salvage. And then he needs another Mark 11 Blast Tech weapon mod. And then, is it here? Yes. He needs a Mark 10 binocular, which gives 20 resistance, which is not too bad because, who can argue with a tank getting more resistance? Now, something to note, he is a tank, but he has no taunt ability. But that's okay, because it's due to this tactical awareness and his dual D17 blasters. He's more of a bruiser kind of tank. He will deal a lot of damage, and he's hard to kill. Another character like this is Ayla Secura, who, has her own counter, and she stuns on critical hits. So, she's hard to kill, and she deals a lot of damage, just like Fives. Now, if you think about it, with Synergy, if you look at it with the Cody Zeta lead, which we will go much more into depth with, when they recover 5% of their max protection whenever they use a basic ability, every time Fives counters, he is going to get protection back. So if he counters, an attack and it's already against someone with speed down, he's about to get 10% of his protection back. Now looking at his stats, I've got him at 37,000 protection. He's basically going to be gaining 7,000 protection back every time he counters someone with speed down. So you can see he's got a lot of strength. He's got some decent agility and tactics. Huge strength growth per level. You can see he's got a lot of health and a lot of protection. That's because he's a tank. I've got him modded for some more speed. He's relatively slow for characters. So, getting him some speed was okay. Now, with the Zeta, you don't have to worry about stacking speed. So, I'm going to start shifting some of that over to other stats once I get his Zeta up. at least I will experiment to see how it works. Potency, you can see I have a lot of potency on him. I will go into that a little bit further here in a minute. He's got some decent tenacity. He's got 15% health steal. So couple that with the health regeneration that you got from Echo. So he's going to be getting a lot of health back every time he attacks. And he attacks a decent amount, like I said, 4 to 5,000 on his basic attack. And that's without critical damage mods on him. So he's not too bad. He's got a small amount of armor penetration, only 20. Look at that armor, 41.75%. He will not take a lot of damage. He's one of the highest characters with armor in the game. He may actually be the top 3. I'm pretty sure he is one of the top people with armor in the game. I know Old Ben has the most. I'm not sure who has the most, or where he ranks on the armor scale. Now, special damage, you don't have to worry about special damage. He deals no special damage. Resistance, his resistance is a little lower, but again, you don't have many characters who deal special damage, so you don't have to worry about that as much. Now, in terms of synergy, you don't have to have him in a clone squad in order to make full use of him. I mean, when's the last time you saw a full clone squad anyways? But you will see a lot of arena squads with 5s in it, mostly because of his speed down, his double tap with the speed down, and because he has a very high counter chance, and he's just hard to kill. He's annoyingly hard to kill, and that's just because he has that health steal, and he counters everything. So he takes punishment, and he deals it right back to people. Now, I mean, for his combined fire, yeah, it's nice to have him in a clone squad for that, because they both deal 75% more damage. But it doesn't mean you have to run him in a clone squad. You can use him in an arena team. No one's going to think twice about using him in an arena team. Now, in terms of mods, so originally I was running him with 1 set of crit chance mods and 2 sets of potency mods. I have changed that. You'll see in the latest video I did with the 2.69 narration, you've seen that he stuck speed down a lot. And that's because I added 10% more potency onto him through these potency mods. You'll see I've got a 30 speed arrow on him here. Also keep an eye out. Look at the crit chance secondary stats I have on all these mods for him. So crit chance there. Potency here, of course. Another 2% crit chance. Another 16% speed. There should be a better one somewhere I have. I may switch to him with that. But you'll see here another 5.25% crit chance. Another 3.66% crit chance. You see, he's already running a high amount of crit chance. So you use that with him, and when he gets the double tap on the Cody 212th attacks, you basically, between that and Echo getting another attack, you've basically just single-handedly wiped out any cooldown for Cody's 212th attack with those 2 characters. So, I mean, right now he's running, with Cody's lead, 82.33% crit chance. That's a lot. That's a lot. People keep asking me what you should be focusing on for your clones. Crit chance. Lots and lots of crit chance. Crit chance is what makes Cody lead with the 212th attack so good. You want all that crit chance. The more 212s you get, the more protection and regeneration you get, and the longer your clones are going to stay alive. Now for here, I think I am going to... I'd lose a little bit of speed, but I would gain... And I'll lose a little bit of potency as well. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. Get a little more crit chance into him. Lose a little bit of speed, but again, that Zeta, you're not going to have to worry about speed as much. So, yeah, go all in on potency mods for him. Get a potency cross as well. Protection, also get a crit chance triangle for him as well. Speed arrow here, you don't have to necessarily get a speed arrow. I may switch that to a offense arrow if I have one, which I don't think I do. So it looks like I'm going to be farming some more arrows for potency. See if I can get an arrow offense for his potency mod set there. And yeah, that way I can maximize the amount of damage he's doing as well. So defense, offense, protection, crit chance, potency, and speed, which I'll move to offense once I get him fully leveled up there. So Yeah. So in terms of the tank raid, so you guys are probably wondering why I'm using so much potency on him. If you look at that tank raid that I just posted today, you'll notice I was doing his. You notice he was taking speed down a lot. He was coming out of the gate putting speed down on everything he attacked, and that's vital because if you can maximize the amount of speed downs you can get on the main tank, you can then maximize the amount of topples that you got. Like today, I got 6 topples with it. If I had paid attention and noticed that the tank gets turn meter every time I attack it when it's not toppled, I probably could have gotten a 7th topple out of that whole thing. And I probably would have broken 3 million damage today. So, I mean, that's something I'm going to have to watch out for next time. That's going to be in a few days, probably Tuesday, I think, is when we're doing our next tank raid. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. So, to go back to that thing I mentioned earlier, he is a tank. He has no taunt ability, but this is where his synergy comes in with a certain... Wait for it. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? Where is... Aha! General Kenobi, who has a very interesting lead, 212th Attack Battalion Commander. Look at this down here at the bottom. I can't scroll down because the game is bugged again, but you can see it. When a clone ally uses a special ability, they gain a buff. Tank, they will taunt for 1 turn. So, if you use that in conjunction with, scroll all the way back up to 5s, with his combined fire, it is a 3-turn cooldown. So anytime he uses that combined fire, he taunts. Now, some people have brought up concerns that if I was to Zeta 5s, then he would move that much faster and he'd lose out on his turn. He'd lose out on his taunt that much quicker. Basically, the only reason that you have to worry about that is if you dealt with an AoE heavy team, which you don't see many of. I mean, I still see some people with Wedge and Lando, TIE Fighter Pilot B2. Those will be issues, but they also use their AoE first. So if you hold off for a turn, and because General Kenobi has this ability where he will taunt if someone gets critically hit, you can hold off for a turn, let Kenobi taunt, and then follow up with a 5's taunt. And then because as soon as his taunt wears off and they start attacking other characters, he's going to be getting that turn meter back so quickly, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, he's going to be sped up so fast for when he's not taunting and when other characters are getting damaged. He'd probably go back into his taunt in just a few more character turns. I mean, it's not gonna be a problem with his Zeta. At least I don't think it will be. When he gets the Zeta, I don't know if I'm going to be the first person to get him Zetaed. I may be one of the first. I may be the first. We will find out in another few days. But you better believe as soon as I Zeta him, there's going to be some very, very in-depth looks at it, how it works with different teams. I'll be trying with a full clone team. I'll also be trying it with different other teams. Kenobi's still a few days away, so we will see how it works. I may move him into my current arena team. I don't know who I'm gonna switch out with him. I may switch out Palpatine, but we will see how he works with his tactical awareness Zeta. So, back to synergy. I mean, you have Anakin. Anakin has a very nice leader ability, 30% offense, 20% crit damage for clones and Jedi. That's very, very good for clones. You want that. Who else has clone synergy off the top of my head? Plo Koon. But let's be honest, there's not many people who will use Plo Koon much anymore. I mean, he gains the turn meter for clone and Jedi allies. So, you know, there's not many clone synergy characters outside of Anakin, Kenobi, Plo Koon a little bit. You know, maybe they'll release more down the road. I would love to see more clone troopers added into the game. People on Reddit have been throwing out clone trooper ideas for a while now. Like, someone threw out, I believe it's Echo Squad from the video game Republic Commando, or Commando Squad, I think is the name of it. They threw out a character idea for all those clones. Definitely pretty cool. Someone threw out an idea for Kix the other day, one of the clone medics. Also pretty cool, because, yeah, that's one of the issues, is outside of Echo, there's almost no healing going on for health. I mean, you have the projection regen, which they address that with Cody Zeta. But, I mean, yeah, clones could still use some healing love, and a nice full-fledged tank would be pretty nice for them as well. I mean, I'm gonna have Kenobi here in another couple weeks, so I'll be able to use him, work him into a squad. I may just end up using a Kenobi lead with Fives, Clone Sergeant, and this is something we were talking about in the Lord Skunk live show the other night. I'll throw a link into it down below. They were discussing who to switch out. Some people are thinking Rex. I'm thinking Echo. I mean, the thing is, Rex has that tenacity up buff, which is still nice. I mean, yeah, Kenobi will cleanse, but he's not going to prevent further debuffs. That's something you can use Rex for. And Echo, yeah, he has AoE Dispel, but I mean, if you have a fast enough Cody Rex Kenobi combo, you can either destroy a tank before he taunts, or you can basically take out one or two important characters before that tank has a chance to taunt. This is something, of course, I will have to experiment with later. I believe Jin has my third set of speed mods. Yeah, I'm going to have to steal them from her and give them to Kenobi probably. And we're going to go from there. So, yeah. Keep watching, guys. I will be doing... See, who do I have left? I have Rex and Cody left. I'll be doing Rex first, and then I will finish up the Clone Trooper review with the man of the hour, CC-2224, Commander Cody. We will be definitely taking a good, long, hard look at him and just how awesome his Commander Cody Zeta lead does. Just what it does to make clones so viable and what makes them do so much damage in the tank raid. Anyways, guys, thanks a ton for listening again. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. Also, quick note, the narration I did of the tank raid today, I had some audio issues. My phone does not make it sound as loud as I thought it would, as it does in the video. So next time I'll be toning down the video. I'll do another walkthrough and we will try again, because I mean, even I was having issues trying to figure out what the hell I was supposed to be saying in some of those videos and some of that sections. So again, apologies for that. I will try to do much better on the next one. Keep an eye out for that. I will also start doing a Galactic War spree with these clones. I'll do narration of that as well. Anyways, guys, thanks again. Appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and you all have a good night.